Hi, I don't know what I was doing. Hello everyone, hello, welcome, happy Saturday. I don't know, I smile. What am I ever doing? I will never know. Anyway, hello friends, happy Saturday. It's another Homestuck Saturday. How about that? Let's read some Homestuck, but first let me say hello to everyone who has said hello in chat so far. Hello, Quasi. I almost called you Quasi Kin. I meant Kazy Quinn. Is it Kazy or Kazi Quinn? I'll just call you Kazy Quinn until you tell me otherwise. But hi. Hello. Hello, I Smile. Sup, Savis. Andrew Games, you're new. Well, welcome. Welcome. Yay, new people. I'm glad you're here. Who else has come in? Yo, Ravenwing, how is it going? Happy Saturday. Honk! Hey, Kayla, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone. If you said hello in chat and I didn't say hello back, I am sorry. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just oblivious, I suppose. Not incredibly observant. All right. Well, that was the end of that sentence, apparently. One-word sentence. Well, how are you guys doing? How is life? Oh, Commander Root, thank you for the follow. What's going on with me? I'm having a great summer. I've been working out a lot. I've been getting back into shape. I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be able to like run half marathons, and I've done a couple of marathons too. And then like over the last few years, I just like stopped because life happened. Big life things happened. But I have been getting back into shape since like April, and I can now run. I'm doing a 10K in a couple of weeks. Doing the Big Ten 10K here in Chicago in a couple of weeks. I've been swimming and biking. Like, I bike to and from work now. It's like 12 miles one way. Not every day, but I've been doing that more. And I've lost 20 pounds so far. So that's good. Because I gained quite a bit of weight over the last few years. I actually look back at like some of my earlier streams and like some of my more recent streams, and I can like see it in my face. I'm like, oh, well, I put on some pounds, but I am going in the right direction now. But yes. Oh, thanks, Ravenwing. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. So let's see what I do. So yesterday I biked home from work. That's like 12 miles, and then I actually went out and ran another 3 miles after that. I'm thinking about doing a sprint triathlon next month. So I don't know how much you guys know about triathlons, but for those of you who are not aware, triathlon is swimming and biking and running, like back to back to back. And then there are different categories of triathlons with like different lengths. Like, for example, an Ironman triathlon involves like swimming, I don't know, like miles, and then biking, I don't know, like 100 miles or something like that, and then ending with running a marathon. So I'm not gonna be doing an Ironman anytime soon, but I'm thinking about doing a sprint distance triathlon here in Chicago at the end of next month, which is, I think, swimming half a kilometer, and then biking 15 miles, and then running a 5K. And I can do that stuff like individually already, so I might do that. I don't know. But yes, I am running a 10K in a couple of weeks though, and I am looking to do a half marathon in the fall, in October sometime, and I actually already registered for a half marathon in January, along Lake Michigan in the middle of winter. It'll be great. It's one I've done a few times, and it's actually one of my favorite half marathons, so, because I like running in the cold. Anyway, yo, Keyblade, how's it going? Happy Saturday, glad you caught us. Alpha Storm, oh! Zithisdi, hello! You're now Alpha Storm. You've rebranded, well done, welcome back. It's been a while, I think. Alright. Cool. Anywho, that's what's going on in my life. Oh, I'm going to be out of town next weekend, by the way, folks. So there's no Homestuck next Saturday. I'm out of town. I'm going to be in Texas for the weekend to visit friends, and that will be fun. And then after that, we should have Homestuck for a few weeks, and then Labor Day weekend, I have friends coming into town too, so I won't have Homestuck then as well, but I think I'm just about done with like all my summer travel, so we should be able to pretty soon have like consistent runs of multiple Saturdays with Homestuck. Anyway, I will stop rambling. Let's read some Homestuck. So last time we wrapped up Act 6 Intermission 2, we saw Lord English kill Andrew Hussey, which was like, I'm still like just scratching my head about that one, but cool, whatever. And now we are in Act 6, Act 3. We did the puzzle thing last time with Jane. Like, Jane is now in the alpha session, and we went around and we did puzzles, and we like bent beams of light and got skulls to act as like keys to things. And now Jane has a bunch of potions that are actually just vials of troll blood. So there's that. Anyway, that's where we are. Oh yeah, and then Hussey proposed to Vriska as well. Yes, Land of Crypts and Helium. Thank you, Ignatus. Also, hi, Ignatus. Yay. Yes, that's right. Andrew Hussey, very first thing in the afterlife, tried proposing to Vriska, and it didn't go well. All right, let's continue. Gamzee, retrieve contraband from Chest of Whimsy. The clown says he can all motherfucking abide about that. He doesn't want to get his step onto any motherfucking toes, but he says if he's not going to be your guide, you gotta at least have someone as a guide to all guide you on your way through this quest of miracles. He tells you to hold your shit while he retrieves something from his Chest of Whimsy. You say, you mean the refrigerator? He acts like he didn't even hear you. Yeah, well, thanks, Alpha Storm. Yeah, for those of you who are unaware, I have put my gaming streams on high. Oh my god. There are troll body parts in this frozen chest. I see there's Tavros' head. That's cool. Yep. I was starting to talk about a thing, and I picked a bad time to start talking about a thing. Anyway, I was about to say, like, my gaming streams are on hiatus right now because I've been doing a lot in my spare time, like with working out and spending time with my girlfriend and things like that. So I was like, I need those evenings back just so I can have some me time. So, anyway, so no gaming streams for the foreseeable future, but I'll probably pick them back up someday because there are still some games I do want to play on stream, so. Torso flail! Oh my god. Wait. How are they? Oh wait! Is he gonna... Oh my god, is he prototyping the troll body parts in here? Oh my god. Is he throwing dead trolls into the kernel sprite? Yep. Yep. Jane, say hello to your new guide. So wait. Are we looking at... Oh my god. Vriska and Tavros together? Oh my god. Oh my god. Tavra sprite. Oh my god. I mean, this is basically DBZ. I mean, Gotenks... These are like the little ghosts that Gotenks spits out. So... Man. What voice do I even do for this? I don't even know what voice to do.
Cause like this is my Tavros voice, and this is my Vriska voice.
So I wonder if there's a way somebody I can do like a nasally Vriska voice.
What? So maybe I can talk like this. I don't know. No, that's not, no.
I don't understand. I have no idea what voice to do for this, guys. Because in Dragon Ball, like in Dragon Ball Z, when they have a fusion, they have like the separate voice actors like talk at exactly the same time. And I can do a lot of voices, but I can't do two at the same time. That makes sense, Ignatus. Sound like I'm in pain. That makes sense. Just do a voice that's confident and devious, but at the same time timid and oblivious. Obviously. Oh, man. Or maybe I should, like, alternate the voice. I don't know, like... What? Fuck! Happened. Oh my, no. I'm really thinking hard about this, you guys. I did not expect this to, be the problem I would have to solve today. I woke up this morning and I didn't realize, what voice do I need to come up with for a fused character? Maybe I should just use this voice. I know y'all love this voice. I should just do that voice for every character. Oh, man. Oh, what do I do? I could just reinvent the voice. I don't know. Maybe I could do like a death metal screaming voice, like, what the? Nope. Can't do that.
What?
Oh, man. Yeah, maybe I should just start talking and, like, feel it out. Don't tell me how to live my life, Ravenwing. If I want to ruin my throat, then by gum, I will ruin my throat.
What the fuck happened? My personality is just absolutely fucking irreconcilable. Honk.
I don't know. Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it, guys. Please know that I am not a professional.
No. You have to undo this somehow. Are you listening to me, clown? And whoever the fuck you are, make me stop being this thing.
Okay, I'm sorry for screaming there. That fellow over there just caught me quite off guard with this, stunt.
Okay.
You seem quite upset. I think we should all try to calm down and figure out what to do.
Dirk!
Yes? Well, first of all, my name is Jane. Pleased to meet you. What is yours?
My name? Fuck my name. It's nothing. I am a stuttering, repellent, unholy abomination.
Oh dear.
You have no idea how fucking much I hate myself right now. Honk.
Quiet, you. This is all your fault. Look at what you've done.
Shut up. I hate you both. I hate everything. I hate the way I falteringly speak out. I jumble thoughts. I hate how I drag out the things I say sometimes. I don't even know which parts of myself are hating such which things. I just hate everything.
Hey, clown, can't you do something? This poor creature shouldn't exist. I don't know.
explode.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, are we in the afterlife again now? So there's Tavros, there's Vriska. They're just like, what just happened?
Tavros, this fucking sucks. What? What do you mean, what? For starters, that completely horrible shared body resurrection bullshit that just happened. You were there, remember? That's kind of the point.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It wasn't so bad. I think maybe we were overreacting about being one person.
Overreacting my ass. What a nightmare. It's still making my ghostly skin crawl just thinking about it.
No, I think I've decided you're being unreasonable. It was cool being alive again for a while as a strange, unsettling mutant. Even if we didn't explode ourselves so fast, it could have been an adventure, maybe.
Oh, sure. That's easy for you to say. You weren't the one getting the short end of the shared personality stick. Maybe if your personality was as much of an upgrade to mine as mine was to yours, I would have been cool with it too.
Yeah, you might be right. Actually, it was pretty neat.
What?
Getting to feel all the amazing self-esteem you get to feel. I didn't really know what it felt like. I mostly only knew what the pretend kind was like. So, thank you for letting me feel that, I guess.
You're welcome. Now that you mention it, maybe there was a silver lining to that freak show. Someone else finally got a chance to feel firsthand how great it is being me.
Yeah, it must be pretty great overall. So, aside from being partially me, briefly, how have you been?
Okay, dead mostly.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, because Vriska murdered you.
Yeah. Hey, sorry about that, by the way.
About what?
About killing you. It wasn't very cool of me.
Oh, right. I almost forgot that even happened.
What? How do you forget that?
How could you forget? Haven't you been pissed off at me about it?
No, I mean, it was pretty much my fault, I think. I attacked you with my bogus self-esteem, and I paid the ultimate price.
No, you idiot. That's not what happened at all. I stabbed you through the chest because I was being a huge bitch.
I mean, it was a long time ago, but that's not really how I remember it.
Stop being so stupid. That's so stupid.
No, you're stupid.
You are such a pain in the ass when you're dead. Let's just agree it was my fault and drop it.
No, but okay.
Man, being dead is such a drag. I don't know if I can deal with this shit anymore.
I think it's alright.
Oh, come on. It's so boring. What a completely pointless and hollow existence this is. And if the existential malaise wasn't bad enough, now I have to be constantly watching out for that fucking orange guy.
Orange guy?
The orange guy. Haven't you seen him?
No?
Orange guy, you say? Oh, the orange guy.
Well, there's an orange guy.
You mean the bird version of Dave?
No, not Dave Sprite. It's just some random pointless orange guy who's been hassling me for some reason. I can't catch a break. And if that weren't enough of a nuisance, we've apparently got to deal with getting yanked out of the afterlife without a moment's notice by some bozo in a codpiece to participate in his grotesque body fusion pranks. Between you and me, I'm starting to think we're getting jerked around here, you know? Some inexplicable forces out there are fucking with us. They're doing everything in their power to make sure that when we are not being totally humiliated, we are staying completely irrelevant. We can't let them toy with us. Then just sweep us under the carpet like that. I'm not going to let our relevance be marginalized anymore, Tavros.
What are you going to do?
I think it's time to start fucking some shit up.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh no.
More like, oh yes. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being dead and useless and bored, and I'm not going to take it anymore. You're with me, right?
Excuse me.
Blah. No way. I like being dead. I like it how there are no responsibilities or problems, usually.
Tavros, that is the lamest thing I've ever heard you say.
which is really saying something.
Yes, it is.
You've got to quit that loser attitude and get your ass out of the sand. It's just your low self-esteem talking again.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to have to insist. You are going to join me, and together we are going to fuck shit up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Oh my gosh, she's mind controlling him.
Yes, I will definitely cooperate with you wholeheartedly. Damn it! Okay, fine.
Ha! Oh man, I like that plan. It's a very detailed and well thought out plan, which is fuck shit up. Jake, proceed to time capsule. You cannot proceed to the time capsule because you are lying on the floor unconscious. While descending deep into the ruins, a sudden earthquake jammed the elevator on its way down, causing you to take a nasty spill to the floor below. Luckily, you were wearing your trusty skull top, preventing a more serious concussion. So I guess it's like a benign concussion instead of a serious concussion. You nevertheless lost consciousness and attempt with all your might to regain it. Jake, regain consciousness. You failed to regain consciousness. Years in the past, you say. Years in the past, but centuries in the future. What? Are we saying time is circular? Jake, respond. Timaeus testified, began pestering Golgotha's terror. Happy 13th, bro. I have something for you. Whoa, Nelly. You are too kind, my friend. What is it? It's no big deal, since it's nothing I wasn't planning on giving you anyway. I just sort of happened to finish it today. I think I catch your drift. So, my new tin comrade finally gets a head on his shoulders, eh? Ooh, pumpkins everywhere. Oh, he's just lying on his bed. Yeah, assuming I can actually send it today without another untimely paradoxification. If not, then hey, you still get a sick grill full of birthday slime instead. Oh, hell no. Hell no, man. Well, listen, if you're going to send anything to me, slime or otherwise, can you please at least not make the shit appear directly over my head this time? The last thing I need on my B-Day is another installment, and I quote, another installment of, and I quote, Manbro Bukake Theater. Oh, you know, it could be a dream bubble. That's a good question. That would explain how it's like years in the past but centuries in the future. Alright. You still don't actually know what that means, do you? Oh, really? It's your friggin' figure of speech, man. I gathered it just meant getting slimed like in Ghostbusters or some such. Kind of. I told you to look it up. Yeah, I'm a busy fella, Dirk. Wikipedia is a lot of letters to type in a thing for a man of action on the go. I'm always doing adventures, remember? That is such bullshit. You sit in your little jungle globe watching movies all day. Well, yes. But, okay, I have a lot of movies to bone up on. There are so many good ones I still haven't seen. You think literally every film you watch is a masterpiece. I've never felt so much vicarious shame through someone else's atrocious taste and awful garbage. Screw you! I have impeccable standards. It's just, there's so much good stuff out there, and I've really been on a roll with my picks lately. Do you even hear yourself, dude? Your picks are everything, and lately is always. Yes, I hear myself just fine. I hear a discriminating gentle's melodious voice, and it strikes my ears as the voice of reason. Say, here's one I'm pretty excited about. Have you heard about this Avatar jam? It's coming out next year. You mean the blue furry shit? No, man, it's not blue furry shit. Far from it. Get this. It is about this paralyzed fellow who is down on his luck and longs for adventure, and he finds it. But it is far away on an enchanted planet rich with coveted treasures. And adventure is not all that he finds. Oh no. He also finds romance. A beautiful blue woman from the wild teaches him the ways of her savage culture and also the ways of alien love. Together, they frolic in the forest whilst sharing primal intimacy through magic sexual escapades. What's so funny, wise guy? To borrow from one of the more benighted sectors of your zeitgeist, that was... I'm not gonna say that. Excuse me, but I fail to see what could possibly... Anyway. Well, yeah, obviously not literally. Jake, where I'm from, that word hasn't been used as a pejorative, or even much at all, in a really long fucking time. But you're from friggin' Texas, aren't you? Yes, but not exactly. Stop being such a cryptic troll all the time. Anyway, Avatar looks spectacular, and I think my preemptive review was spot on. The bloody end. Okay, but what you just said about those furries was silly as hell. It's time to face the facts. You are just treating my great taste in flicks to your aloof, hipstery disdain as usual. Don't you know anything about that movie? Maybe you'll like it. Nah, I saw it already. That movie sucked the smelliest shit from the ugliest butt. Sorry, man. Well, now I know you're just trolling me. It won't be out for another year. Right. Here. Oh, that's right, because Dirk is like way in the future. So Avatar has already come out where he's from. Right. Here, let me send you the rest of this robot already. You spent too much time alone. You've spent too long alone on that island as it is. I kinda worry about you. A man can only spend so much time in the middle of the damn ocean with nothing but pop cultural detritus and his own thoughts to keep him company. Alrighty. I hope it won't be as difficult to finish building as the rest was to assemble. No, just screw the thing on and it's ready to go. Capital! Scoot that noggin at my way at your ready then. Oh, there it is. Hey, he didn't even drop it over his head, just like he asked. Oh, cool. It worked. You nerd. He's got your slick Japanese spectacles and everything. Why is this a metal man before me? Or... no, that's not actually a question. Why, is this a metal man before me, or is it none other than Dirk Strider himself in my room? One thing at a time, bro. I haven't quite figured out a way to get myself there yet. It almost sounds like this is something you've given some thought. Okay, well, I don't know what you're implying there, but why don't you snap that sucker on the torso and fire it up? Affirmative. I continue to boggle vacantly at your technical shenanigans. Your knack for gadgetry seems to surpass even my grandma's, and she was like this big-time gizmo legend. How do you even do this stuff? I guess from your perspective, I must seem hells of overpowered in a bunch of ways. Which I kind of am. Like, with a ninja sword, I'm basically nuts, okay? If you say so, buddy, I can believe it. Yeah, but when it comes to building stuff, you're probably overstating things. Like, for example, if you told someone 100 years ago you could build a computer, they'd probably be like, whoa, shit, look at this fucking genius. Well, actually, first of all, they'd say, what's computer? I only know what horses and diseases are and shit like that. But once you actually tell them what computers are, Jesus, Dick, you're a wizard. But from your perspective, you know it's not a big deal to build a computer. You just go online and buy a case and a motherboard and some other shit and put it all together. That's actually like literally what I did with my PC that I'm streaming off of right now. It's not like you're smelting the goddamn silicon in your basement and making chips in your hermetically sealed dust-free garage. Yeah, but come on, it's not like you're from a century in the future. Well, no. He's from more than a century in the future. Nor am I a quaint man of the past. Pardon me, but do I sound like some trolley car bellwether toiling in the heart of the mustache belt? Oh, cops just went by. Let me read that again. Nor am I a quaint man of the past. Pardon me, but do I sound like some trolley car bellwether toiling in the heart of the mustache belt from the rough and tumble year of 1909? He said unironically. Give me some credit, man, and some to yourself as well. You are too modest about all this robotics noise. I don't know. I have a lot of time to work on stuff, I guess. There are a lot of irons. You know where they are? Here's a hint. It's a pretty hot place. Oh, irons in the fire. The kitchen? Sure, I keep some irons there too, but most of them are in the fire. Oh, of course. Fire is quite notoriously the hottest thing there is. A tip-top locale for a whole mess of irons. True that. I actually have so much to do and think about. One of my current projects hopefully will address that very issue. Gonna make an AI replica of my own mind. He can share some of the load, as well as make a decent intellectual sparring partner, ideally. Not that my conversations with you aren't uniquely rad, but you know what I mean. See, again, I think you are downplaying a pretty neat accomplishment, if you ask me. Shrug, we'll see. Does that mean I'll have to deal with 2 Dirks? One who is more machine than man, and another who is a computer program you made? That's a super joke, but I'm guessing you won't be hearing much from the program. It probably won't play a significant role in either of our lives. Nope, definitely not. That definitely is not what will happen. I have my doubts it'll be a successful project, but who knows? I'd wager a tiny sum the results of the endeavor will be sensational. I believe in you. You do? Sure, bro. I always have. You have helped me out a lot and been a good friend for ages. What? Well, I wasn't sure about doing this today, but if it's true that you do believe in me, then I guess fuck it, why not? Why not what? I guess I'll call it an extra birthday present. But instead of a present that's awesome, consider it more like a weird confession that may change the way you feel about me. Whoa, Dirk, are you, saying what I think? What? What do you think I'm saying here? Hey, Schwindu, how's it going? Yeah, I just had to come up with like a voice for fused Tavros and Vriska, because Gamzee tossed their corpses into Jane's Colonel Sprite. So, that's where we are. But yeah, we're on Act 6, Act 3. Alright. Let's see, where was I? What? What do you think I'm saying here? Never mind. Sorry for interrupting. Should I sit down for this? I don't know what to do. Wait, I already am sitting down. Maybe I should stand up? No, just chill out. Stand up, sit down, whatever. Here's the thing. You know all these painfully obvious hints I've been dropping that always seem to be flying over your head? Maybe? I think I need a towel or something. About me being from the future. Oh, yes, I think so. Well, those weren't jokes. It's true. What? Oh man, are you actually serious? Yes. So, like, you are from a century in the future? No, more like 4 centuries. The year 2422. Or, as we say contemporarily, 411 PC. Post-condescension. Ooh, condescension. So that's related to the Condes. So 411 condescension. Oh, so that's the year 2011 is when the condescension happens. And 2011 is 2011 the year that the Alpha Kids session takes place? Let's see. Because that's like... Because Homestuck began... Did Homestuck begin in... Oh, 11/11/11. Ah. So did Homestuck begin in, 2008? Because I think from what I picked up, the Alpha Kids session is 3 years after the Beta Kids session. Gotcha. Just making sure I've got my facts straight. This tune sounds like Clubbed to Death from the Matrix soundtrack. What is the name of this tune? Oh, he's already here. I Smile had it. Of course. I Smile's the human jukebox, so. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see. Post-condescension. Wow! I must say, this is not the announcement I was expecting. So, you are a time traveler from 2422 here to help me build robots or something? No, I can't time travel. I can only send things through time occasionally. Oh, hold up. So if this conversation is taking place 2 years before the start of Act 6. So this conversation is taking place in the year 2009, which low-key is 413 years away from where Dirk is right now. So this is a more subtle 413 reference when you think about it. I'm just pointing that out. Let's see. So you're a time traveler from 2422 here to help me build robots or something? No, I can't time travel. I can only send things through time occasionally. I actually live here in the future, alone in my apartment. I can send messages to you in the past though, like I'm doing now. How? Years ago, our alien friend sent me a special chat client. It's basically just PesterChum with some sort of alien technology embedded. It's specifically wired to communicate with your time period. As hours go by for me, the time it sends messages to also increments by the same amount. So we communicate in lockstep, as if we both existed in the present. She said it was important for Roxy and I to begin communicating with you and Jane. This is how we all became friends. Wait, you and Roxy? Yes, she lives in the future too, though we live nowhere near each other. I asked her to refrain from telling either of you. I wanted to be the one to let you know, to wait for the right moment. Holy fucking mackerel, this is amazing. So, you really are trusting me about this? Just like that? No second thought? Well, yeah, sure man, why not? Wait, it's not a prank, is it? No, this would be a very shitty and boring prank. I promise it isn't. Then heck yes, I believe it to friggin' pieces. It's an awesome thing to be true. So, what's the far-flung future like? Some sort of crazy robo-paradise? Not quite, but there are definitely robots. Oh man, what are movies like in the future? I bet there's some real cinematic humdingers, like holographic stuff, or shit you plug directly into your brain pod, right? Wait, you do have brain pods, right? No, we don't have brain pods because those aren't a thing. You just made that up. And there are no movies in the future. There are no humans either. They all went extinct. Roxy and I are the only ones left, as far as we know. Well, shit. Dirk, this story got so much less awesome. Is it too late to backpedal on believing it before I could start to cry? No, dude, it's too late. Tears ahoy, this motherfucker gets sad. Do you want to know what happened? Sure do. Let me just finish putting the steel melon on my brobot, and then I'm all ears. Alright, Jake, complete the brobot. And the brobot ran off. There, he's finished. Look at his spanking iron friend from the future. He is perfect. Oh, shoot, Dirk, he just got blurry and disappeared. What the actual fuck? Don't worry, that's normal. Upon activation, he goes into stalking mode. Stalking mode? Yes, he will stalk you in the jungle and strike when your guard is down. What? That's crazy. Why would I want that? Didn't you want someone to get in scrums with? Well, yeah, but... Man, he will give you all the scrums you can handle. Trust me, this will sharpen your combat skills. I guess you're right. I was just picturing a little good, honest roughhousing. Why does the whole thing have to sound so sketchy and nerve-wracking? Do you want to hear my grim tales of the apocalypse or not? Yes, you're right. Let's put issues of fisticuffs aside for now. Tell me everything about the future. So, how does humanity fuck up? Is it the nuclear holocaust? Or is it robots? Gotta be the robots, right? As per the Terminator. No, it's more of a gradual decline in population than that, due to an insidious power grab by an aquatic alien empress. Oh, the old alien overlord story. Got it. When does she show up? She's already there, in your time period, hiding in plain sight. She has been for anywhere between 50 and 100 years. She's the Baroness of Crocker Corp, Jane's company. But, of course, Jane has no idea. Oh my gosh, so the Condess is the Batter Witch. The Baroness... Oh wait, is the Baroness of Crocker Corp the Batter Witch? Am I confusing two different things, or is that the same thing? I don't remember. I don't know if you guys know this about Homestuck, but there's a lot to keep track of. Okay. The Baroness has been using subtle strategies to manipulate the human population through her company for a long time. On November 11th, 2011, she finally made her presence known to the world, along with her agenda for global domination. Betty Crocker is the Condess. I think that's fantastic. So she's been using like subliminal advertising to say things like obey and cease reproduction, which led to the decline of the human population, I'm guessing. Submit, consume, embrace your culling, conform to social order, stay asleep, and die. And I'm guessing that everyone followed these commands. Geez, that is pretty scary. So, in a few years, she will be in charge of everything? No, not quite. That's just when the world finally sees her for the threat she is. She would continue to gain power by exploiting various institutions and the media from within. It would take the next several decades for her to claim the throne as Earth's absolute ruler. Her march to domination was facilitated by a number of scumbag sympathizers, and opposed by a few brave rebels, including my ancestor, Roxy's too. I think your ancestor qualifies as one too. In fact, I'm sure she must have been the first member of the covert opposition movement. My grandma? I do remember when I was very young, she would tell me stories of the wicked woman who raised her. Was she the evil alien? Yep. That's a whole story right there, most of which is shrouded in rumor and urban legend. But before we get sidetracked by any of that, I'll try to cover the big picture, to give you a sense of all the batshit lunacy that followed the Sea Hag's power play. I do recall that, Ignatus, yes. Alright. So it's flashback time now. Nobody at the time knew what the fuck she wanted to accomplish, or what her actual motives were. But in retrospect, it became clear she was trying to essentially restore the conditions of her old homeworld, which she used to rule over as well. She began instituting these crazy laws. First of all, people weren't allowed to reproduce. She found our usual method of procreation revolting, and anyone who engaged in it was punished by death. But she still needed an ongoing population of subjects to abuse, so to propagate the race, she set up this weird system. At random intervals, every citizen would be required to supply their genetic material to drones. That DNA would be collected and combined in some way. Oh my gosh, so she's forcing humans to like do troll method of reproduction. Many years later, long after the original donors had died, clones would be spawned from their DNA, so no one would ever be able to know who their parents were, or be able to trace their lineage. It was only through a good bit of fortune that Roxy and I were able to discover who our ancestors were. They were the rebels you mentioned? Are they alive right now? I mean, in my time. Yes. Oh, I'm very curious about them, and also my grandma. I'll get to them, don't worry. Anyway, her imperious condescension turned out to be especially cruel to her human subjects. I'm sure her rule was no picnic on her homeworld, but I think she resented humans' biological incompatibility with the ideal empire she envisioned and became frustrated. Humanity wasn't even really her first choice for rule. There are reports that she attempted to clone members of her own species and replace the human population with them, but they all died. What happened to them? Oh my goodness, is this like, is this a horror terror or, the rumors say it was her own pet who killed them. Oh, so this is, it is, because that's, like the same, Lucis that Oh god, what's her face? The fairy had. See, she travels from her world to Earth in this huge red space ark. In it, she had gathered thousands of creatures from her planet, I'm guessing to save them from extinction. This, more than anything, has led me to speculate that some cataclysm happened on her home world, and she moved on to greener pastures to rebuild her empire. She bred all these creatures in secret, increasing their numbers, preparing for her eventual takeover. Each monster, or lusus naturae, which was meant to be a kind of a caretaker of the young, you can see where the dramatic schism between our species and hers begins, and also why she had a reputation for being quite insane. But she also happens to have this one humongous sea monster lusus that is like her own personal bodyguard, and kind of a secret weapon. But it turns out the thing is kind of an enigma, sort of a double-edged eldritch horror, as much in her service as it is calling the shots in some unfathomable way. Every time she tried to resurrect her race, it would slaughter them all psychically, as if it was keeping her ambition in check. Or so the story goes. Wait, these beasts tend to the young? I can tell you from first-hand experience that monsters are totally rotten at taking care of kids. They do a bang-up job of making them scared, though. Exactly. The plan was beyond shitty. So does that mean you and Rox were raised by these things? Nope. It was a very short-lived experiment centuries ago. Humans just don't have the same evolutionary symbiosis with those things as that her race had. Turns out a bunch of fucking alien monsters have no interest whatsoever in taking care of human babies. They mostly just wound up eating them, or at best just abandoning them. She later instated a lucid droid system to serve the same function, as she began phasing in more robotic solutions in favor of all this ill-conceived biotech nonsense that always did nothing but backfire. Okay, so basically the Condesce comes to Earth, starts to take over, tries to raise children, like have human children raised by lususes or luci. That doesn't work, so she's making robot luci. Got it. Among many other things going on. Even drones were replaced with robotic versions. I imagine they were just easier to produce and control, since she'd given up hope of perfectly mirroring her own civilization in all its convoluted symbiotic glory. But not without a good fight, and not without taking her frustrations out on the human population. She attempted to enforce blood casting through efforts to genetically alter people's blood color. That was an ugly chapter. A lot of fucking people died from that debacle. Over the last 400 years, the population just got smaller and smaller from these atrocities piling up. But she clearly didn't give a shit. All the while, the amount of dry land kept shrinking due to the gradual flooding. Soon there was hardly anywhere left to live. And then, that was that. No more people. Damn. Wait, flooding? Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned this up front. One of the first things she did while in power was begin melting the ice caps. It took a while, but eventually the whole world flooded. That's how it is now. It totally soaked up in this bitch. Wow, like the epic Kevin Costner film? Almost exactly, especially by the same degree of shittiness. Oh man, does that mean you have to drink your own pee? You get used to the taste. Welcome it, even. Oh my god. That takes about 15 days in a row of hard piss drinking, though. Ew, no, dude, no, ew. Relax, I don't drink my goddamn piss, okay? Oh, okay, phew. I guess your lusus droid thingy sees to it that you have fresh water? Nope, those stopped being a thing a long time ago, too, once humans went extinct. Oh, I thought... Huh. Well, who raised you then? Nobody, man. I raised my damn self. Huh? Jesus Christopher Kringlefucker, and here I thought I was rugged. You're still pretty rugged. You're just a fucking dork about it. That's true. I guess I did have Cal looking after me. Let's not discount the rad service of the sea man, okay? Heaven forbid. And what about Roxy? Oh, hello. Chessboard. Pretty sure the Carpassians took care of her when she was young. Wait, the what's-its? Right, another thing I forgot to mention. There are a lot of these humanoid creatures with hard shells, some black, some white. As humanity was dwindling due to an increasingly whimsical and psychopathic Condes, she began introducing more of these Carpassians onto the scene. Are they aliens too? Sort of. Excuse me. They're definitely from other planets, so yeah. Really the deal with where they came from is a whole other story for another time. But the bottom line is, at some point, somehow, she started herding a bunch of them from their homeworlds onto Earth and multiplying them. Something like 100 years ago, it became clear she favored these guys more than humans as her subjects. They're very loyal and seem genuinely dedicated to serving her. Must be what they were bred for. She still treats them like shit though, unsurprisingly. All these colonies started sprouting up, like these modular cities floating on the water. Probably sounds cooler than it is, but they're basically slums. That's where they tend to live in large numbers. Roxy lives in one of those colonies. It's about 2,000 miles from where I am. Ah, so we're seeing where Roxy lives. Good gravy, those are exotic circumstances. And here I was thinking I had the most exciting and adventurous life. Turns out I'm just some chump on boring-ass Monster Island in the silly old pre-apocalypse. For what it's worth, I think it's gotta be more interesting living in the 21st century than the 25th. Like, it's really no contest. You're probably right. I'd be really keen on talking to Roxy about this too. I'm very curious about her experiences as a future lady with all the whatsits, the hard shell folk. I must say, it turns my previous perception of your lives right on its friggin' ear. Man, she would love to talk to you about all this. She hates keeping secrets. It's been killing her not to spill all these fucking beans way the hell prematurely. Like, what is even your day-to-day business like in a See Hitler's water apocalypse? In See Hitler's water apocalypse. Oh my goodness. Well, I mostly shit around in my apartment all day, building stuff, reading about history, and flipping out with my sword. Sometimes I go fishing and check out the underwater ruins. She does plenty of useless fucking around too, but at least she's got a neighborhood. She also uses one of her gadgets to gank vegetables and stuff from the past. She tries to feed the hungry neighbors whenever she can scrounge up. Oh, there she is doing it right now. Those are amazing stories. I'm so lucky to have friends like you. Oh snap, what about Jane? Have you told her? Jane is, no, I haven't. I've dropped some hints and tested her willingness to believe something like this. It's just not going to fly. It's way too much to drop on somebody all at once if they aren't receptive. True, but it seems a shame to keep her out of the loop. Well, tell her whatever you want. She'll likely think she's being fucked with. Personally, I wouldn't bother trying too hard to convince her. There's no point in alienating her. Someday she'll be ready to believe things. Okay. Wow, I still have so many questions. It's incredible that this is all going to happen right around the corner. I don't know if I'm ready. Like I said, the changes will be a little more gradual than that. More clandestine. She'll exploit the fear caused by her revelation to the world to create intended reactions within governments and media, and her agents embedded on the inside will help nudge things in the direction she wants. Then, 20-some years down the road, without anyone suspecting a thing, she'll suddenly be in complete control, and Earth will be fucked. I want to join the opposition. Fuck this witch. I have lots of guns and reckless bravado, and I want to stop her. I'll pick up where my grandma left off. Well, aside from the main reasons that won't happen, which I won't get into, it still wouldn't be a good idea. Horse shit! Why not? Because people way better at this than you have tried and died? You said you wanted to hear about our ancestors. So much lore dumping. Heck yes, bro. Well, how much do you actually know about your grandma? What have you read and what do you remember? My memory of her is pretty foggy. I do know she loved adventure just like me, and that's why she was exploring this island and raising me here when she died. She was a fair markswoman and knew her way around an atom or two. pretty sure her company made a tidy fortune till it went belly up. At least I still have a few of her knickknacks for keepsakes. And as you confirmed, she was raised by that evil spinster. But then again, from some of the things my pen pal has said, it kind of throws some of these details into question, so I don't know what to think. I don't know what the deal is with your pen pal either, and I'm not really prepared to speculate on that right now. Excuse me. But I'm privy to a shitload of historical data I can share. What's the last thing you remember about her? It was the night I found her dead. Oh dear. She had gone off to study the ruins one day. I'm pretty sure that was her purpose on this island, to study the technology here and solve all of the astonishing mysteries. She even built that big fancy house we used to live in, so I guess she really wanted to settle here for a while. But she didn't come home from her expedition for a couple days, so I started to get worried. I followed the trail we usually take to the lagoon while keeping my eyes peeled for monsters, but instead I found her lying there dead. I think a monster caught her off guard. There were 3 big fang marks in the body and a trail of blood along the path. It looked like she was trying to get home but couldn't make it before succumbing to the injury. But before I could even do anything about it, I heard an explosion. I looked back at the hill and my house was gone. So Grandma was killed by a thing with 3 fangs and the house was blown up. Oh, there's like the Condes's ship. Just a big poof of smoke where it was standing. So I lived alone in the jungle ever since. Huh, I've wondered about all that. Well, you never asked. Oh, I know, I would have. But asking about your past would have just been inviting you to do the same. You know how it goes. Indeed. But for the record, I don't think there were fang marks on the body, dude. No? Finish the story first, then what? So they weren't fangs. Oh, there's not much more to it. I had to deal with Grandma's body. I would have loved to give her a proper and dignified memorial like Jane's granddad got. God, Jane is so lucky. Every day in her household must be like Weekend at Bernie's. What a riot it must be. I'm so jealous. Yeah, what a fucking treat. A living room corpse party every goddamn day. I know, right? Alas, I had to dispose of the body with haste so the monsters wouldn't eat her. So I just made a little campfire and burned it. I keep the ashes deep in the ruins, which is where I think she liked it best. Hopefully there isn't an earthquake or something like that. Or something like that would knock the urn over in an unpredictable and hilarious fashion. Oh my gosh, that's actually going to happen, isn't it? No way, man. I'd bet my bottom boonduck that shit's eternally safe. That urn's like the Fort Knox of standing upright forever because of no accidents. Yeah. So then, after camping out the next day, I went exploring and found my room globe mostly intact sitting in the jungle. So that's where I have lived since. And that's pretty much it. I sure miss my grandma, though she was the best. She definitely was very brave, if the stories are true. Downright audacious, I'd say. What did you hear? Wait, why does the Condes have Tavros and Vriska symbol happening? Well, like I said, she was raised by the Baroness. It was probably a worse childhood than either of us had. She wasn't related, obviously. Ain't nobody's related to a damn fish alien, except other fish aliens, probably. She had an adoptive brother, too. Life must have been miserable for both of them. Yes, I vaguely remember her mentioning them. Cripes, the things she told me now that I think about it. She said the witch even killed her dog. Is that true? Oh no! The witch killed Beck? I'm guessing Beck, because I've been assuming this whole time that the ancestors are like the Beta kids. So when she says dog, I'm assuming Beck. But that also doesn't make sense because Beck is like awesome. Is that true? I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it. There are other urban legends that she did a lot of experiments on. There are other urban legends that she did a lot of experiments on animals and people, mostly to do with mind control. Like, figuring out ways to unlock all of her psychic alien potential to increase her power. Not sure if that's true, or if it was actually successful though. So, what you're saying is pretty much any unspeakably horrible thing she could have done, she probably did? Yes. Anyway, your grandma managed to run away when she was quite young. Maybe it was a traumatic event like dog murder that prompted her to flee, who knows. Whatever the case, her bro stayed behind. The guy must have been seriously immune to witnessing fucked up shit, because he went on to be a famous comedian. A real kindly old cornball. A nicer guy you couldn't hope to meet, they say. Huh, wow, must have been a hell of a guy. So, you're not making any connections there? Where? Huh? Famous comedian, about the age of your grandma, inheriting the family name of the Baroness. Not ringing a bell? What are you talking about? Dirk, stop speaking in riddles and keep telling the story. I'm on tenterhooks here. Okay, well, it's not like it's that important. Just a super obvious thing that'll probably occur to you later when you're looking in the fridge you don't have, at which point you'll feel like an idiot. Oh my god, you can be one opaque motherfucker. Just clue me in, bro. Nah, it'll be funnier this way. Strider! Moving on. Oh, hello here. SN. What does SN stand for? That kid kept the family name, but obviously your grandma didn't. She must have held a grudge against the Baroness her whole life. She started by taking a different name she knew would stick in her craw. Oh, I remember this. I believe she said the witch used to be married to a terrible man named English. So, because the witch really hated that guy, she took on his name as sort of a big ol' fuck you to the woman? Oh my gosh, wait. The Condess was married to Lord English? That's probably close to the truth, but it sounds like the kind of story an old lady tells her young grandson in a way he would understand. Or at least wouldn't scare the shit out of him. What I've read is something much more sinister, as usual. There's supposedly only one thing the Baroness fears, and your grandma learned of this somehow. It wasn't an ex-husband, though. Okay, so she wasn't married. I was gonna say, it was her superior. Some kind of demon or another alien. No one really knew. But he went by the name English. He's supposedly even more brutal than she is, if you can believe that. So, I'm named after a demon? What kind of demon is named English anyway? What kind of alien is named Crocker? It's probably just a name he stole from someone else like the Baroness did. I guess it's kind of cool being named after a demon who's so scary even the witch is afraid of him. Yeah, well, your grandma thought so. Everything she did in life thereafter seemed to be an effort to piss off the Batter Witch. Like, starting a competing tech company, heavily branded in a way that was presumably intended to remind the Baroness of her boss. Like, with skulls and garish colors and shit. The dude is some kind of skull monster, I guess? I love skulls! I know. Hope he would, ooh. It was definitely brave on her part, but ultimately it got her a bankrupt company, a blown up house, and a fork through the torso for her trouble. Oh! 3 fangs, trident, yes. So they weren't fangs, they were trident marks from the Condess. But she must have been the first to understand how dangerous the Baroness was, while acting in covert opposition. Others would follow, and continued to, as of now, in your time period. These are your ancestors? Yeah, mine and Roxy's were among them. Anyone I've heard of? Of course, all these fuckers are totally famous, obviously. Oh, sure, obviously. We've talked about the guy I'm genetically derived from a lot, actually. Like, you know, every time I've ever talked about my bro. Gadzooks, of course! With all your future mindfuckery, you've made me completely forget about your vaunted Hollywood sibling. Oh, and there he is, I'm guessing. I should have asked where he fit in the picture if you were raised alone. I can be as dumb as a bag of penny candy sometimes. Sometimes. Other times you're on point, like a bag of the nickel shit. Whoa now, those are the sweets kept in reserve for millionaires. Such flattery. Okay, what we're saying stopped meaning anything, so I'll continue. Right, So then he was never actually your bro? No, that's just kind of how I view him. Lalonde took a more maternal view of her ancestor. The lady who wrote all the dreary wizard books, I presume. Oh yeah, the COTL series. Ever read it? No, I tried. It's too depressing. And also, kind of impossible to understand. I told Roxy I liked it, though I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so don't say I said that. I think I'll wait for the movies to come out. I bet I'll like those better. You don't say. I do say. Hey, you must have seen them. What Being in the Future? You must have seen them. What Being in the Future? Are they any good? They are not. Phooey to that. Like I even believe you. Symbols. Oh. Yes, I do recognize these symbols. They're the two UU folks. If I'm remembering correctly. The books are pretty interesting, though, if somewhat dense. They're supposedly heavily allegorical, veiled representations of cosmic events surrounding the witch and her boss, and how this all came about. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't pick up on unless you were someone who understood what happened, like the Condess, which was kind of the point. I think it was her way of letting the witch know, I'm onto you. In the early days of the resistance movement, they both opposed her more indirectly, through their art, like critics of tyrannical governments often used to. They had to be careful, didn't want to make big waves too early. My bro did this too with his many fine films. Practically everything was a symbol for something, either in mockery of the Batter Witch or conveying some hidden message to its audience. Each film was always rigorously picked apart for its head-scratching symbolic meaning. But he managed to accomplish all that without ever compromising the purity of his ironic vision, which I think was admirable. Sweet Roland Helljeff, the Mavovi. Oh my gosh. Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. That would actually be perfect. Fuck yes, the SBAJ. Fuck yes, the SBAHJ films rule. Screw the haters, that's what I say. You also say that about Weekend at Bernie's. Man, that is a scandalous that is a scandalous mischaracterization. Nobody hates Weekend at Bernie's. The WAB films are generally regarded as so unremarkably mediocre, they don't even attract any trolls who care enough to shit on it. Believe me, I've tried to get in debates with people about it. Yeah, you pretty much touche'd the fuck out of that. But we are definitely in agreement about my bro's films as the master strokes they were. He just kept cranking them out, too. He really stepped up production after 11/11/11. Even though the cat was finally out of the bag, he was very dedicated to his craft. Dang, I can hardly wait to see them. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath about that. Why not? Man, fuck it. I'll just send you them. Ah! Just keep a lid on them. We don't need any weird causality shit rearing its head here. That would be dumb. I will guard each glistening compression artifact with my life, as if a jewel pilfered from a tomb. Which was the last you saw? Well, there was the SBHJ there was Sweet Bro and Helljeff the Mavovi, and Sweet Bro and Helljeff the film. Oh yeah, and Sweet Bro and and Sabahaj the Moval. I think Sabahaj the Moiv is still in production, right? Oh my goodness. But I honestly get confused about which particular misspelling is attributed to which film, or even if I'm getting the misspellings right. The key to sorting it all out is to understand it doesn't actually matter. Through video streaming services, he would frequently set it up so that buying a certain title would ship you the wrong film. And often titles for movies were available for sale that just straight up didn't exist, or would be sold for dollar amounts that made no sense, like 2.890.1. And sometimes buying a download would actually deposit money into your account instead of deducting from it. It was all part of the experience. Oh my gosh, this is so silly. I like it. So very silly. Your forebears are certainly Your forebears are certainly entrepreneurial, if nothing else. I can get behind the idea of making a killing if it means I also get to be as good at doing adventures as I hope to be. Did they ever bring the battle to the witch's doorstep, or were the blows dealt strictly through public masquerades and theatrics? Yeah, they got pretty deep into the shit eventually. They were both very skilled combatants. I'm pretty sure she had some weird powers too. Powers, you say? Communion with occult forces, something like that. She knew things, had visions. It's why she was able to write those books, and more importantly, why Roxy and I were able to survive here. How? They knew we would be here someday, so they prepared for our arrival. I live in what used to be my bro's old apartment 400 years ago. The whole city is gone, but this one unit was somehow protected. He left some supplies for me here, like a lifetime supply of orange soda in the crawl space, along with a fuck ton of SBHJ merch. It was like discovering my own personal holocaust of bulbous jutting bottoms, plus some weapons, some other gear, and a killer pair of shades. Roxy's mom used to live in her place too, and left some stuff she might need lying around. This was way before there were Carpathian colonies though. I think her house must have been a kind of kernelized structure, like a potential colony, something built to undergo modular self-replication if activated. I'm sure her mom knew that. It's been a good way for Rox to blend in. I stick out like a sore thumb here too. Of course, but it hasn't really been a problem yet. So, they knew you would show up in the future someday and had prepared for that. Doesn't that mean they also knew they weren't going to be able to stop the witch? Probably, but they went down fighting anyway. Wow, that's brave and kind of sad. Yeah, but wouldn't you? Yes, that's right, Keyblade. I was actually waiting for Dirk to be like, also a ton of booze. Also like all the martinis ever. Of course, you always go down guns blazing. That's what a hero does when he loves adventure and has guns. If there's one thing movies have taught me, besides the fact that guys using a corpse as a silly puppet is friggin' hilarious, it is that fact. It's not like their rebellion was totally futile. They took a lot of shitheads down with them. Who? Sympathizers. Just the thought of such scoundrels turns my stomach. They should. In order for you to understand, I'll have to fill you in on the ridiculous final gasps of human civilization, taking place over the several decades leading up to its absolute enslavement. The decades which immediately followed the rebranding. Oh, that's right, the rebranding. I remember like at the beginning of Act 6 when Crocker rebranded. As I mentioned, Crocker Corp's rebranding on 3/11, as it was often referred to in the news, totally changed everything. It marked the beginning of a completely shameless downward spiral of Western civilization, through a series of events that were probably hard to notice at the time, but quite glaring when evaluated historically. Though the Baroness made very few substantive gestures of aggression, the global fear of her looming threat would trigger all the changes she needed. Governments prepared for war, as if to defend against the invading alien armies she undoubtedly commanded. But of course, she had no army. She was always the only of her kind. Instead, the world powers were only setting about to build her armies for her. The media deteriorated into this preposterous circus that was in all practical ways inseparable from the power base and government institutions. Popular entertainers became dangerous demagogues. Oh, you don't say. And their roles in the media blurred with those of executive authority. Man, that's like really on the money right there, like more so than Andrew Hussey realized at the time, I'm sure. And the most dangerous were the ones who fed into the fear and hysteria most effectively. These tended to be plants, unscrupulous shills paid by the Baroness to move her agenda forward. Dang! I would like to think I will not be suckered by their silvery tongues whenever they come along. Well, the thing is, most of them are already on the scene in your time. Ooh, ever hear of Guy Fieri? No? I don't think so. You're fortunate then. He was an especially degenerate piece of filth. He used his connections to guile to wriggle into the spotlight and then onto other positions of power. He somehow landed on the U.S. Supreme Court. Over the years, other justices started mysteriously disappearing without being replaced. After helping rewrite the Constitution to form an incomprehensible patchwork of fascism, theocratic mandates, recipes, and bad rap lyrics, he weaseled his way up the ranks to become the High Chaplain of Interstellar War. I'm just going to cut to the chase, because this really ain't a big history lesson here. He eventually came to be regarded as the third and final Antichrist. No other human in history was responsible for more death and suffering. Oh, wow. Oh, geez. Are these like Dragon Balls floating around? They look like Dragon Balls. That boorish cur! The boorish cur! Yes, that's exactly the phrase I would use to describe someone responsible for the extermination of 5 billion people. It was just so uncivilized of him. How could such an atrocity be allowed to happen? Was his personal magnetism really that overwhelming? Maybe overwhelming in the wrong direction, but yeah. But it didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual decline in the integrity of the system that allowed it. Eventually, the wheels came off and the political scene mirrored the absurdity of the media circus. By the time Presidents Jay and Dope were elected, Western civilization had officially fucked itself over forever, and I think everyone knew it. Yes, of course ICP would have found the Dragon Balls. It only makes sense. Oh no, when does that happen? 2024, the last free election the world would ever see. So, like, they were on the ticket together as president and vice president? No, man, they were both president. They were the first dual presidents of the United States of America, and also the last. They were also the first and last Juggalo presidents. The Founding Fathers warned us about this, but nobody listened. They did? Warned us about what exactly? The mirthful executives. George Washington had prophetic nightmares about them. He tried to warn people and get language amended to the Constitution to prevent it, like forbidding the election of what he famously described as a pair of salty bards, or unruly gestures given to the sweet drink. But everyone just thought he toked too hard on the colonial Canada or whatever. I'm not sure I follow. There are like clown presidents or such? Yes, they were a shitty rap duo from your time, but they ran a hell of a campaign. By then, the Juggalo Party had gotten huge. While the numerous other candidates split the moderate vote, they retained a very energized and devoted base. You could say their party had a big tent. Dirk, I really dislike the future you're describing. Hey, me too. They were swept into office on a wave of Fago, and the presidential inauguration was the biggest gathering of the Juggalos of all time. They all hose each other down on the White House lawn with shitty soda. The DC in the Capitol thereafter officially stood for Dark Carnival. Of course, their campaign was helped considerably by having support from the Baroness. In retrospect, people developed the impression that it was all a part of her sick sense of humor. This was the sense that she just loved the idea of delegating the extreme subjugation of the world's population to a pair of demented clown rappers. Some have speculated this was just another way she was attempting to resurrect her previous model of governance, though this seems kind of far-fetched to me. Who the fuck ever heard of an alien juggalo? To me, this is about as stupid as the crackpot theories get. Yes, clearly that's a silly, silly idea. Strife! I still don't really know what a juggalo is. Do they juggle? Don't worry about it. People were less prepared for a double juggalo presidency than they ever imagined. I'm not even going to get into all the horrifying details. Trust me, you just start to feel dirty reading about it. From the moment Fieri held up the Bible to swear them in, and the three of them proceeded to publicly defecate on it while freestyling rap lyrics, that was it. Oh my god. Everyone in the world watching it on TV just said, well, show's over. Civilization was pretty cool while it lasted. The next several grueling terms of their presidency was a weird combination of authoritarian practices. The Baroness used it as a puppet regime, while still basically giving them carte blanche to carry out their idiotic whims. Fago was pumped through the plumbing instead of tap water. The new national pastime was having type 2 diabetes, and the national anthem was replaced by a 3-minute high reverb audio clip of President J farting into a microphone while laughing. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Chaplain Fieri was authorized to set up the death camps, in which anyone on the planet would be imprisoned if they were not deemed sufficiently mirthful. And so the cleansing began, priming humanity for its new ruler waiting in the wings. This was when our ancestors had enough. The resistance movement had failed, but they could at least bring the war criminals to justice. My bro finally caught up with the presidents and challenged them to a duel. They accepted, having for years regarded him as a cocky rival rapper who failed to show them the proper respect. In their arrogance, they invited him into the foul belly of the carnival, believing they would teach him once and for all what it truly meant to be down with the clown. For centuries thereafter, survivors of the Holocaust, oh my god, would cite the rooftop showdown as one of the most heroic moments in human history. Holy crap! He bifurcates one and decapitates the other. He killed them both. Unfortunately, as they were only figureheads, no liberation followed. There would be no parades in the streets, or statues cast, or medals awarded. The few witnesses would report seeing only a man with a sword on a shitty skateboard gently rising into the night sky. No one ever saw him again. So he just like disappeared after that. Oh, and this is Roxy's ancestor. Fighting Guy Fieri? Meanwhile, Roxy's mom was tracking down the High Chaplain. His crimes had already been committed. She couldn't repay them by any stretch of the imagination. But she could wipe the blood-stained grin off that fat bastard's face. Oh my gosh, she stabbed him in both eyes with her needles. She gouged his eyes with a pair of needles. And rode his torso to the bottom of the bloody falls. Reports of what happened to our ancestors after that are sketchy. There were no eyewitness accounts I've found, but some believe they regrouped and confronted the Condess herself. With all her high-ranking officers dead, and the human population decimated and sufficiently groomed for her arrival, there was no reason to stay behind the scenes anymore. After those dreadful years of putting up with a more vulgar brand of authoritarianism, she finally stepped forward to claim her throne, and actually came off as somewhat dignified, elegant in a way. She was no less severe, but at least she knew how to act like an empress. Oh man, she looks scary. Also, there's a Lucis dragon in the background with the Tavros symbol on there. And for some reason, half of the Statue of Liberty. Oh, and she has both Tavros and Vriska symbols going on here. Oh my gosh, and this cat down here is also Tavros. What is up with that? But even if they did manage to confront her, there was no way they could win. She had too many crazy alien powers. Her boss supposedly had jacked their power level through the roof. I even heard, and don't quote me on this, that she may have been over 9,000. Heavens to Betsy, that figure is just absurd. Yeah, and that's not even to speak of the generic smorgasbord of other powers she was rumored to have. It gets hard to separate the fact from the urban myth. But, for reference, if you want to believe it all, just picture all the X-Men combined into one sexy fishwoman with a skin-tight suit. Whoa, mama! That's a lot of powers. Whatever actually went down, they're surely both dead now. I guess it had to happen like that, though. There's no way the Condess would allow us to be born within even a century of our genetic forebears. The thought of that was completely disgusting to her. But I really would have liked to be able to meet them. I guess some things would just be too awesome to ever stand a chance of happening. Yeah, I know the feeling. But wait. What? Dirk, didn't you tell me at some point that you did find evidence the witch killed them? As of now? No. Are you sure? I swear I remember you saying something about that. How could I have said anything like that before today? This is obviously the first time I mentioned any of this. Oh. I'm just having the nuttiest deja vu thing going on now. I feel weird. I guess I'm mistaken. Never mind. That's interesting. Okay. I will disregard your anomalous observation for now and continue conversing as if it never happened. Right, good plan. Anywho, that's a heck of a tragic and thrilling tale, Dirk. I'm still totally cockeyed and catwampus about it all. I don't even know what to think. But you believe me, right? Oh yeah, every word of it. Wow. Why shouldn't I? You are my friend and I still trust you. I still just think it's impressive, that's all. Even after all this time, you're a pretty much one-of-a-kind dude. Not really. I just like believing stuff and believing in people. Wait, what do you mean? About what? When you said after all this time, you just told me now. Yes. Hang on. The deja vu shit is happening again. Okay, I am sure we've had this conversation before, so many things are familiar. I remember you saying the one-of-a-kind dude thing, and I remember saying the word catawampus, and all of it. What's going on? Took you long enough to figure it out. Pages really are a slow-burning class. Damn. Figure what out? You're asleep. Oh, that's right. I fell off the platform thing, and I guess I got knocked out? Yep. So I'm dreaming. Kinda. It's a dream bubble. They've been in a dream bubble this whole time. As I think we said earlier, actually. What's that? A place in the infinite abyss where sleeping people can share dreams with each other while revisiting memories. Also where they can meet dead people. So, we are sharing a dream together? And you're currently asleep too? Currently in the future? No. Even if I was, I wouldn't visit a dream bubble. That only happens when your dream self is dead, like yours is. Mine is not. I guess I understand. So, what's the deal then? Wait, you said this is where they meet dead people, dead people too. Shit! Dirk, are you dead? Are you a ghost? No, dude, chill, I'm fine. Then what the fuck is going on? Who am I talking to? Well, who are the people who you talk to when you have a regular dream? What? Like, just a boring normal dream and there's a person you're talking to. Who is that? I don't know? It's nobody, just a projection of your own mind. Dream bubbles don't always need to be shared by dreamers or dead people. You can go to sleep and wake up in one alone, reliving an old memory. Kind of like a normal dream. Until you remember it's just a memory, which is where we are now. Okay, so, I am having like a lucid dreamy thing in a magic bubble and you are just like a figment of my imagination? Yes, basically. So I'm talking to myself? That's kind of stupid. Well, yeah, but not quite. You could view me as a projection of a real Dirk within your mind, as expressed through all your thought patterns about him. So, I'm kind of a splinter of his corporeal self who happens to live in your awareness. I'm a startlingly close approximation to the real thing, for all intents and purposes. Just how startlingly close are we talking? I'm not going to give you a bogus percentage like the glasses, because that's not my shtick, but pretty damn close. Okay, that's fair, but, man, there is something that feels kind of weird about this. You being in my head, it's a little messed up. What's messed up about it? You were the one who put me here, with your intimate understanding of all his mannerisms and predilections. And a splintered existence is pretty much how he rolls. This is how shit is, bro. Okay, I'm sorry for saying it's messed up, but it's still a bit frustrating. I've been trying to talk to you all day, but all I get is your pesky responder bedeviling me at every turn, and your friggin' robot punching me across the ocean, and then throwing a weird tantrum and ripping out his nuclear heart out in front of me. And if that weren't enough, I tumbled off the doohickey and knocked myself out, and now I'm strolling down memory lane with your fake brain ghost. What a sentence that was. It's like you are surrounding me from all sides with imitations of yourself, but never the real you. Cheese and fucking crackers, when do I just get to talk to the actual Dirk? Jake, what do you even know about someone's actual self? What makes it actual? What is actuality? What a horseshitty question. I don't know anything about actuality, I guess, but I know some philosophabble horseshit when I dad blasted hear it. I'm just saying, this isn't really your field of expertise. Dirk is the heart guy. He's the one walking the path of self, even when he doesn't know it. Like, right now. But what does that mean? And how can you really be made of only my thoughts when I don't even know what you're talking about sometimes? Or when I didn't know some of the things you're telling me? like about being in a dream bubble. How can I tell myself about that stuff through Brain Ghost Dirk? Who says you don't know those things on some level? I don't think I do. I have no business knowing these things. Pages have a lot of untapped potential. That's practically all there is to say. That's practically all there is to the class, actually. But when they eventually find it, look out. And the ones who deal in hope, shit, man. I'm scared of you already, and I'm not even real. Are you sure you aren't real? No offense, but I kind of get the same smartass vibe from you as I do the responder. Like, har har, I have the same basic personality as Dirk, but without any accountability or anything, so let me just be kind of flippant and mess with this Jake fella's head. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's a surprisingly decent observation about me. Yeah, see, I think I maybe did a little too good of a job brain cloning you. This is way too much like talking to the real fake Dirk. Holy cow, what a dumb sentence that was. Alright, Keyblade, take care, have a good time at work. Have a great weekend, too. Thanks for coming by. You did do a good job. A perfect job, in fact. Untapped potential, remember? I don't think one of Dirk's splinters could exist nearly as well in anyone's mind other than yours. Well, that's just spiffy for me, but I'm starting to feel somewhat like I'm being haunted by you now. I just want to talk to my real buddy, and by real, I just mean the original guy. What do you even want to say to him? Oh, I don't know. It's not like you can keep any secrets from me here. I pretty much am your brain. Ah, no, don't say that. It's so weird. You do realize he's coming for you, Dirk, in the real world. The man has his designs. Yes, I know. Want to talk about it? Hey, Kanaya. Oh, happy birthday to you. Hippity-happity birthdappity. Woo! And happy Saturday, too. I hope you have some fantastic plans for your birthday today. See, wanna talk about it? Oh, thanks! Thanks, Kanaya! Thank you for all the cheers and the bits and stuff. With you? No! That's like talking to him about it, which is like really jumping the gun, I think. What better chance is there to try talking about it than with a stunt double for your hyper-aggressive suitor within the safety and privacy of your own mind? But I can't yet! I just can't! There are some feelings I'm not sure how to put into words yet, and doing it in front of you, whether you're a stunt double or a brain puppet or whatever, just makes me feel uncomfortable. So, there are feelings you don't want to try to put into words, even while you are dwelling entirely within the realm of your own mind. Yes! What is so hard to understand about that? What about the spider ghost? Huh? The girl you saw. When you got fucking clobbered by Dirk's robot and you passed out, you dreamed about a spider ghost alien girl. Oh yeah. What about her? You like her. Man, what? That's dumb. I saw her for 3 seconds and she waved at me and I woke up. Yeah, and it took all of 3 seconds for you to fall in love with the cute spider ghost. Why do you keep calling her a ghost? Because she's been dead for a zillion years, dude. Oh, well, holy shit. That won't change the fact that you like her. Let's not pretend it will. You're going to make things complicated for yourself. No, I won't. Yeah, you will. You're too fucking wishy-washy. Between Dirk, Spider Ghost, Jane. Man, poor Jane. What about Jane? You tell me. What was even the deal with that? Our last chat ended on a very pleasant and amicable terms. She was upbeat and chipper as ever. I failed to see what reason one might have to feel sorry for her. Yeah, you totally read her like a book. Really handled that conversation like a champ. Wait, didn't I? Look out, bitches, it's Jake Casanova Ladyslayer English. He's packing heat and is frequently able to parse the literal meaning of things women say. What are you getting at? We're running out of time. She'll be here soon. Jane? No, doofus, Spider Ghost. Whoa, okay. Where? Wait, she is? Oh fuck. Look at you. I'm telling you. 3 damn seconds of ogling an alien in a blue dress and you're completely hopeless. Stop fidgeting around like that. Your hair looks fine. Do you want me to tell you how your breath smells? Screw you! I am cool as such a cucumber. Okay then. Why? Does my breath not smell okay? You're dreaming, Jake. Your breath is only a thing if your brain wants it to be. Oh, okay. Phew. When is she coming? Why is she visiting my dreams? Soon. She's been waiting for the right time to enter, waiting for you to snap out of the memory. Clearly the girl has the patience of a saint. All right. Dang, it's warm in this dream bubble. How can I be sweating in a dream? Where do I keep the dream towels? Will you calm the fuck down? Where do I keep the dream towels? But really, who is she? What's her deal and what does she want from me? Since all this so-called untapped potential in my subconscious taking the form of yet another sassy Dirk clone seems to know everything, would it be okay if I troubled my own brain for a few flipping answers? You should try to be more polite to me, seeing as I am a representation of your entire mind. I have complete control over all your basic functions. I could trigger a particularly spirited bowel movement right before she gets here, so watch your step. Ah, no, I'm sorry, don't. Just kidding, dude, Jesus. I would never make you shit your pants in front of a girl you liked, even if she does happen to be my chief competition. We Dirk Splinters can be pretty Machiavellian, but we do actually have some fucking standards. Okay, thank you for promising to keep my trousers tidy. Anyway, she's visiting now to bring you into the loop on some things. Important details you should know about your relation to the bigger picture. The much, much bigger picture. I still don't understand how you know. Or, excuse me, my brain knows the stuff. Because I'm a page? How does that make sense? And also, if you know the things she will say, why don't you just tell me the things? Intuition and the subconscious mind are powerful things when harnessed the right way. As for why I don't tell you, why not just let her tell you? You're the one with a damn crush on her. Okay, dude, she's here. Shoosh. I know. Oh, man. What the fuck are you looking at me for? Say something to her, jackass. Okay, I will. You're distracting me, though. Can you scoot over a bit? Oh my god, fine. Hi there. Welcome. Don't mind him. He's just a brain clone of my best friend. I know that sounds crazy. Bro, she can't even see or hear me. You're making a fool of yourself. Wait, she can't? Why didn't you tell me that? You're really throwing me off here. I don't know. I guess I didn't think you were going to have a neurotic meltdown at the sight of a girl. I thought you were supposed to know stuff like that, seeing as you are literally my brain. God damn it, will you just chillax and woo this fucking ghost babe? How can I chillax when you keep talking to me? It's really disconcerting. You're totally embarrassing yourself, dude. You're talking to nobody. Man, I'm starting to feel bad for Spider Ghost. Look at her, she's getting uncomfortable. Shh, just shut up, I can't think. You're being so lame. I don't care if I'm a figment of your imagination or not. I can't take this bullshit. Either you get your shit together and put the moves on this dead space vixen, or I start fucking with your cortex and make you pop a dream boner. Oh my god, no, don't you dare! You don't think I'll do it? No, please, do not give me a boner, Dirk. Oh my god. Sorry, Jake, the plan's in motion. Next stop, Boner City. So that was the plan all along, to give me a boner? And you... got one. You motherfucker! Oh, tee-hee, a false alarm. I see. Very funny, cool guy. I think you are full of shit. You're bluffing and you don't even have the power to give me a phantasmal erection. Jake, please. Members of the Juggalo party aren't the only ones who can pitch a big tent. Then go ahead. Make my fucking day. I'm ready for you. You think I'm afraid? I'll take your boner magic like a man. Oh my god, this is fantastic. I'm not ashamed. I will stand tall and proud at full mast in front of this pretty alien. Do your worst, you bastard. This is so stupid. You are out of your mind. And this is coming from your mind itself. I can't even watch this. I'm out of here. Well, good riddance to ironic hipster douchewad rubbish is what I have to say about that. I wonder what Jack's up to right now. What? I mean, what? Who's Jack? Just talk to this girl, okay? You have some damage control to do. Now, Jack, start jailbreak adventure. Oh, man. So, I know it's a little bit early, but I actually have an eye doctor appointment I need to get ready for here, so this seems like a good place to leave off for today. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just sign off early. Sorry for those of you who were hoping I'd stay till noon, but I do have an eye doctor appointment I have to get cleaned up and get ready for. So before we go, I'm just going to drop a couple links in here. For those of you who do not know, we have a Discord. I also have social media, and Tara has her own Instagram. So again, a reminder, I'm going to be out of town next Saturday. I'm going to be visiting some friends in Texas, so I will not be here next Saturday for Homestuck, but I will be back in 2 weeks for more Homestuck. So I think that's, what, August 11th? Let me verify that. Yes, August 11th will be our next stream. So we will pick up here at the start of Jailbreak Adventure with Jack. And then we should have a few weeks uninterrupted between August 11th and Labor Day weekend. I have friends visiting for Labor Day weekend, so I won't be doing a stream then either. But outside of that, we should be pretty smooth sailing. So, anywho, thank you all for coming. New friends and old friends and in-between friends, I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with me Saturday morning. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye, friends.